Let me start off this video by explaining what turtle skip is. At the end of downtown Grassland, there's a giant Tortuilding that you have to defeat in order to free the Waddle Dees trapped in its shell. The intended way to do this is to go all the way around, hiding from the turtle's bites, but this is incredibly slow. Even if you constantly damage boost so that you don't have to hide, it's still going to take a while. It didn't take long at all for speedrunners to find unintended ways to beat this enemy. There are actually 3 different versions of turtle skip, each with 2 variations, and I'm going to be going over them in the order that they were discovered. Appropriately enough, the original turtle skip was found by a Kirby speedrunner named Thirdle. Mere hours after the Forgotten Land demo came out, Thirdle posted a video showing a strategy to avoid taking the long way around the Tortuilding. The trick was dubbed turtle skip, both after the runner who found it and after the enemy that was being skipped. This method is one of the easiest to pull off, but it's also one of the slowest and the most inconsistent. You can start by running in front of the small rock on the ground to avoid the knockback from the turtle's bite. Then you simply jump over the gap to the left and dive with B. You'll most likely hit the turtle's head and you hope to be knocked in the direction you want to go. If you get knocked backwards, you can often just keep attacking until you finally make it to the ledge. Sometimes the strategy goes smoothly, but sometimes it takes forever, so it's not very reliable. Later that same day, I discovered you could do turtle skip with a single jump, not having to dive at all. This method is both faster and more reliable, but it can be difficult to get consistent at. In order to do it this way, run in front of the rock like you would normally because you'll need the iframes. Run to the left of the turtle's head, hold up and left and jump near the edge. The timing of the direction change is important because if you do it too early you won't be able to make the gap, but if you do it too late you'll lose speed as you run along the side of the building. If you do it correctly, the Tortuilding should turn towards you and its head should push you all the way across the gap. It's fine if you get stuck on the edge of the building since you can just jump up from there. The movement for this method is a little bit difficult to get the hang of, but once you do, you should be able to nail it basically every time. Completing the level this way is reasonably fast, but it's still the slowest of the 3 different turtle skips. The next day, Sniper linked to a tweet of Kirby tassing legend Waddle DX that showed a different version of turtle skip. This method was jokingly called Turtle Skip Skip, since it skips doing the first turtle skip, but that name eventually stuck. This newer method made use of some rubble that the Tortuilding is supposed to break. If you time your movement right, you can climb onto these pillars and jump on the Tortuilding's back before it has a chance to break them. Just wait for the turtle to start biting, and then you can jump onto the lower pillar and onto the top one from there. Then you can jump off and defeat the Tortuilding directly. This method was ultimately slower than my version of turtle skip, but some people preferred using it because it's also easier. A little bit later, multiple people found a faster version of Turtle Skip Skip. If you time it correctly, you can damage boost off the Tortuilding's head and dive straight to the top pillar. That way, you can attack it immediately and save a decent chunk of time. Currently, many people prefer to use this version of Turtle Skip Skip since it's faster than Turtle Skip and not too difficult. In order to pull this off, you're going to want to stand a bit to the left of the pillars and then wait for the turtle to start biting. Just before it lunges at you, jump to the right and hold right as you take damage. Dive to the top pillar and you should have plenty of time to jump off before it gets broken. The same day Turtle Skip Skip was found, someone named Mills Tails Prower posted a video showing a double jump you could do as Coneby. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. There were a couple different ways to do it, but the important one is that you can attack the side of the Tortuilding and then do a jump after bouncing off it. The jump seems to be frame perfect, and you have to do it twice to get enough height, so it wasn't overly viable for speedruns. I'm going to be calling this method Thirdle Skip, and there's an easier and faster way to do it. There's no reason to use the double jump strat, but if you really want to, take damage like in the original turtle skip. Jump and attack the side of the Tortuilding, and then you have to do another jump right here. Then you have to attack again and do another frame perfect jump, and finally attack one more time to finish off the turtle. The very next day, on March 5th, user Spaghetti posted a video of a modified version of this skip that uses a damage boost off the turtle's head. Doing this is much faster than the original version of Thirdle Skip, and it's also easier since it only requires 1 frame perfect jump. Because you have to take damage at a specific time, you need to wait to avoid getting hurt, unlike the other turtle skips. As soon as the Tortuilding retracts its head, you can run forward, jump over it, and attack the side of the building. You should take damage right as its mouth opens, and then you can do a jump as soon as you flip over once. You'll need to press A right about on this frame here. This jump will give you just enough height to dive onto the edge of the Tortuilding, and then you can attack once more to finish it off. This is currently the fastest way to skip the turtle, but there is one more thing to add. It is possible to get enough height and distance to take out the turtle directly, instead of landing on the edge and having to do another attack. Even I am not completely sure how it works, but I think it has something to do with diving late enough that you get the maximum distance, without diving so late that you don't get enough height. I'm not able to do it consistently, but I was able to get it in the current NG Plus world record as of the time this video was made. There are no different inputs than Spaghetti's normal Thirdle skip, it just happens if you're able to get the maximum distance out of it. Either way, Thirdle skip is the fastest way to beat this level, but if you gain an extra second and a half, that's just the cherry on top. For the most part, Thirdle skip is being used by those who can do it, and Turtle skip is being used by runners who want a more consistent strat. As of now, that's every known version of Turtle skip. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.